Alright, welcome to the first video in our new series where we're going to take a look at Mattel's 1993 toy line for Demolition Man. I think that's pretty much a movie that doesn't need a whole lot of introduction. I'm not going to make a series intro for this other than just to do a quick overview of the toy line on the back of this particular John Spartan. I'm excited for this one for a couple of reasons. The first being that a lot of these figures are sourced from the New Adventures of He-Man, which came out roughly around the same time. The Bola Jet they didn't even bother renaming, it's just the Bola Jet with a San Angeles Police Department paint job. So a lot of these are just really pathetic. So yeah, that's one, it's, a lot of it's just New Adventures of He-Man retooled junk. But I'm really excited for this, the Fast Blast 442. It's got a lot of heft to it in its box, so I'm really looking forward to getting to that one and getting it out. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get the missile shooter or the ACMAG guns. Not super interested in those anyway, so we'll call it a partially complete toy line, but we've got everything else to look at. So you also notice that most of the line is, there's 3 John Spartans, 2 Phoenixes, a Cryo Claw Tech, and Battle Hook Friendly. This particular Stallone John Spartan here is Battle Baton Spartan with baton bashing action. His equipment and weapons database have a stun baton, which I think is supposed to be like the glow rods that they use in the movie, which looks nothing like this, but it looks like it has some kind of spring-loaded gimmick in it, and a morality box for hand or holster. I think this is the first time Phoenix encounters a police officer. He pulls out a little box that tells him, how to handle the situation. It's either supposed to be that or the little citation thing that spits out, finds him every time he uses foul language. So let's get him out of the box. Real quick, I did want to point this out on the box, but look at this this mock-up they've got of him. Like you can tell they've just smashed a bunch of putty over the original figure's face to make a prototype here. I felt it was very important to start with this John Spartan because he's just a retooled He-Man. I mean, it's pretty blatant. He's got the same armor sash here. They just painted his shirtless body blue, which would explain why his shirt is being sucked into his belly button. Same boots, same construction. He's even got the little He-Man logo on his belt still. Yeah, the only thing they changed was his head. They did add this very crisply painted SAPD addition to his chest, which is pretty nice, but he's even still got the that strange little thumb holder thing, which is for the action feature on He-Man, but Spartan's not that fancy. He doesn't do any of that. Looks like some of the card is actually adhered to his back, which is too bad. Yeah, they didn't even paint this strap here, so he's just got a strap molded right into his shirt. I guess they did also add the clip, which is supposed to be for his little morality thing. Oh, he does a pretty good salute though, doesn't he? He's got that same knee assembly that they used on the He-Man that's just awful. Like, I guess it allows for some pivoting, but man, it's terrible. So here's his little morality detector thing that they called, yeah, I thought it might have something on the back, but it's just got another clip way to hold it on the back, so. Oh, yeah, it does look like the things that hang on the wall in the movie that dispense the paper. So I don't know why he'd want to take one of those with him, but sure. So this was labeled as laser armor, and as you can see, it's the exact same armor from New Adventures He-Man. The back still has the clip, which is for New Adventure He-Man's sword. So yeah, pretty lazy. And here's what they build as the stun baton. I assume this is where he holds it, pulls back and kind of locks, and then doesn't go any further than that. So I guess that's for poking dudes. At least you can blast guys in the face with it, I suppose. So near as I can tell, this is how he's supposed to be all set up together. The kind of navy blue against that kind of brassy gold color are really gross. It's not really attractive with the armor on it. I'm probably going to take it off after this video to display him that way. This is really strange. Near as I can tell, that's how it's supposed to go on. I love these kind of kit-bashed figures because it just gets so weird. So I figured we should probably do a Wesley Snipes to go with our Sylvester Stallone. So we've got flame-throwing Phoenix with scorching, in quotes, torch action. I actually looked for the limited edition movie poster on eBay to see if I could have that to go with this, but I don't think anybody sent in for it, because I couldn't find it. Either that or it's so great nobody wants to let it go. So he actually comes with the AC Mag, which is the gun that he gets from the Museum of Violence, I believe it's called. And then he's got a flamethrower military style, as opposed to the civilian style of flamethrower. Self-igniting handheld inferno. And it's got some kind of spring-loaded ridiculousness, it looks like, as well. So here is flame-throwing Phoenix. What's immediately apparent is that he's a completely different construction, because he's more like the Kenner style arms and hips and head, and that's it. So I'm not sure which toy line, if any, he was sourced from, given that he looks so little like he does in the movie, except for the head. You know, it's a pretty decent likeness. It's kind of a stretched, gummy version of Wesley Snipes. Like, it just looks like he's been resculpted and not resculpted very well. He's got like envelopes taped to him, and like this gun is kind of mushed to his body. It's almost like they sculpted it and they left it on its back under a heat lamp for too long, and he just kind of pancaked out. So his first accessory here is the AC Mag, or AC Mag, however you're supposed to pronounce it. It's a pretty good likeness to what's in the movie, from what I remember, at least in broad strokes. It's the same shape. It has a round peg that's like kind of like the New Adventures of He-Man style that the Stallone uses, but Snipes himself has square handholds. So I see what it goes all the way in, so like the top section here, the square section, locks into his hand, and then the round section is for like the other Stallone figures. So first I was gonna say like there's no way the other figures can hold stuff that he can, but I guess they accounted for it, at least with this gun. And his other accessory is his pink blowtorch here. It's kind of a purple pink. You pull that, push that in, and then it's not really spring, it's just a flick fire. Alright, but it's got the same deal with the square and the round peg, so I'm sure he can hold it okay. That's really lame. So here's a flame-throwing Phoenix, all loaded for bear here. He does have man, that profile is just so strange. The flamethrower does have enough weight to it that he can't really hold it straight out unassisted, because it does throw his center of gravity off. Got to test out the stun baton. It does look like he's got to be pretty close to actually get him. Oh man, he's got like no range on his stun baton. Alright, so if you're right in their face, it still didn't knock him over. Alright, so we're already off to a great start with Demolition Man. This is fantastic. I love this stuff. So that was Stun Baton, He-Man, Sylvester Stallone, and flame-throwing Phoenix with his pink flick fire, flat fire, which is just amazing. Just for the comedy value alone, I'm just really enjoying these guys already. So yeah, thanks for watching part 1 of the Demolition Man. There's a bunch more figures to come, a couple vehicles, and got some Matchbox cars to look at also that came out with this line. So looking forward to it, and see you again soon.